we gon' make a way. Got no coach on the field, but we making plays. Hey, look, don't worry, we gon' be okay. Hey, look, why? Cause we gon' make them pay.
What is the deal? It is your boy, Mr. Marley Bets. Back with another episode of Brothas N Bets NFL edition. And y'all already know when I'm talking NFL, I got the homie Mr. LJ from Houston. What up, LJ? What's going down?
What's going on, Marley? How we doing this evening?
Hey, my bad. Let me turn you up, man. You're a little low, but I think I got my volume down. Yeah. Nah, that's me. My volume was low. You good? What's going down, man? How things going on in the LJ household?
Oh, man, what's good, man? You know, enjoying this football, trying to get some money. Best time of the year for me. So just trying to lock in, stay busy, stay focused, my guy.
My motherfucking day one SBO was good. SBO was going down. Say, man, we took a week off last week. You know what I'm saying? My birthday weekend, so I had to.
Okay.
It's a little drunk. Well, not Wednesday, but I was prepping, getting myself together for the weekend. So had to chill out. But we right back to it. Took a whole week off. Took Jimmy's show off. Took your show off. Just took a break.
Sounds good, man.
But let me pull up the actual factuals, injury reports, and shit and whatnot, and we finna jump right into it. What are we? Week 6?
Yep.
Something like that. Week 6, or what are we? 6, 12, almost half, not quite half. A couple more weeks. Third, a little over a third. Just past the quarter. However you want to look at it. However you want to look at it. Man, who you telling, HBO? So look, at SBO, we coming back. Me and Coach coming back tonight to do the college show, like at 8:30. We definitely gotta talk about that Vandy game. That's wild. That's wild that y'all lost to Vandy. It's insane. But let's start it here, LJ. This team seems to always make an appearance on the show every week. It seems like every week, weekend, goddamn it, and week out. I'm talking about the Pittsburgh Steelers. They are on the road going to Las Vegas, take on the Raiders. That's a whole nother fucking story in itself going on. Quick, I'm gonna do the injury report real fast, LJ. The Steelers are. I'm not gonna read everybody, but it's a long list. Linebacker Nick Herbig, he is questionable. He left last game with a hamstring injury. We got Jalen Warren, running back. He's questionable with a knee injury. Defensive end DeMarvin Leal, he also left the game Sunday. He's questionable. He has a stinger. And we got Pruitt, the tight end. He's also questionable. He has a knee. Cordell Patterson, the receiver, he's questionable. He has an ankle. On the Raiders side of things, obviously Devontae Adams, he's out, hamstring. We got let me keep scrolling. We got Devon Diablo, he's a safety, he's out. Bunch of questionables coming up. Thyre Munford, he's a tackle, questionable. Zamir White, the running back, questionable, groin. Luke Masterson, linebacker, questionable, knee. Tyreek McAllister, receiver, questionable shoulder. Michael Mayer, the tight end, big guy from Notre Dame, questionable, personal reasons. O'Connell, the quarterback, he's been named the starter. And not Trey Taylor, he's been out. Decameron Richardson is questionable. He's a cornerback. He has a hamstring. That's a lot of fucking injuries. Alongside with all the other issues that the Raiders have with Antonio Pierce and Devontae Adams, all that shit. We week 6, so I'm gonna do a couple actual factual. Some of this shit matters. Pittsburgh 6-3 ATS in their last 9. 6-3 straight up in the last 9. 3-8 ATS in the last 11 against the Raiders. That's insane. 1-4 straight up ATS. Not straight up. 1-4 ATS in the last 5 when playing in Las Vegas. But 4-2 ATS in the last 6 games against an opponent from the NFC. The totals, we talking Pittsburgh, everything's going under. Totals going under in 4 of their last 5 games, under in 9 of the last 13 games on the road. And early in the month, still under in the last 5 games played in the month of October. The line is at 3, LJ. The total is at 36. I think you already know my line of thought, so let's hear what you got to say.
I mean, we should be on both lines of thought. I mean, take the under. Why change anything that hasn't been broken? You know, you just said the Steelers 9 out of the last 13 on the road has went under.
Yes.
So, hey, that's a good enough trend for me. Besides the Raiders, you know, they're switching quarterbacks now. They're going to O'Connell. So I don't know how the offense is going to be different with him in the lineup. He don't have his main receiver. And the Steelers shut down the run, man. So the Raiders aren't going to be able to run on the Steelers. So they're going to have to resort to pass. So if that makes you one-dimensional, that means that sways to the other side of the team for me, for us, the Steelers. And the Raiders give up more points than they score. They only averaging 20 and give up 28. So, hey, that's an easy cap for me. Not to mention, under 36, home dog, off a roll loss when the total is 43 or less. 14-0-1 to the under since 2022. So that trend falls into this game, sir. So automatic play for me, under 36.5 is the play.
Yeah, hey man, I've been saying it until it's no longer a trend. I'm going to take it. I'm on the Steelers -3 in the under. Now, true, they did lose last week, and the game didn't go over against Dallas thanks to Dak in that last minute drive. But we were right on track all the way up into the fourth quarter with Steelers to win the game, and the under was going to cash. And, I mean, LJ, you said it perfectly. Well, I think this has been a rule of ours since we started doing this shit. We can't take teams that give up more points than they score. I mean, it's just you can't win too many games giving up more points than you score. It just doesn't work that way. So, with that being said, I'm going to take the 3. I just think the Raiders are a miss too. Like, they got a new quarterback coming in, star receivers not playing, you got other receivers out. Steelers stopped the run, but the running back's injured for the Raiders as well. It's a lot of shit that's going on right now over there in Oakland. And Steelers are coming off a tough loss at the crib. Good bounce back week. So I'm all over the goddamn Pittsburgh Steelers here, and we can keep this moving right along. Let's see, where shall we go to next? Nope, can't do them next. That's we got to do them last. That's just how the show goes. So, shall we proceed to? Goddamn, pretty moving slow. My bad. Give me a second. There we go. All right, let's move to this game. I like this game. Okay. I'm curious to know. But man, I gotta be producing and do everything else for everybody that's not being patient. Let's talk about these Lions and Cowboys. The Lions, they're going on the road to take on people like to call America's team, the other team in Texas, as I call them. The line is +3. The total is at 52. Let me see, who do we have on that good old injury report, LJ? Cowboys list is long. Not gonna read everything. Not gonna leave everything. Ragnow, the center, Frank Ragnow, he's questionable, pec injury. Let's keep going. Baines, he's out. Derek Barnes, Derek Barnes, the linebacker, he's out. Brian Branch, the safety, is questionable. And they got a bunch of people that's on IR for the Dallas Cowboys. Detroit Lions, excuse me. Then now we're going to move to the Cowboys. Obviously, Cook went on IR. Lawrence has been on IR. Parsons is questionable with the ankle. Deron Bland, the DB, he's questionable with a foot. Kayleen Carson, the other corner, he's questionable with a shoulder. And Tyler Gutton, the tackle who left last game, is questionable with a knee injury. So not too bad. Couple actual factuals really quick. Detroit 5-1 ATS in the last 6 games, 6-2 straight up in their last 8 games. Now 0-6 straight up in the last 6 games against Dallas, but a lot of that was before Campbell and before, the new lines. That was the old lines. Same thing with this next one. 0-5 straight up in the last 5 games, been playing on the road in Dallas. But 4-1 ATS in the last 5 games against an opponent from the NFC, and their totals have gone over in 9 of the last 12 games against opponent from the NFC. Let's look at the Cowboys. A couple actual factual. 3-7 ATS in the last 10. 12-6 though, straight up in the last 18. A lot of that go back to last year. 16-3 straight up in those last 19 games at home, but 0-2 in the last 2 games at home. 5-0 straight up in the last 5 games playing against Detroit. As I said earlier, that has back a lot of the old Detroit shit. 1-4 ATS in the last 5 games against an opponent from the NFC, and their totals have gone over in 12 of the last 16 games against an opponent from the NFC North Division, over in 5 of their last 7 games in general. LJ, you like the Cowboys today, Sunday at home?
No, I'm not going to take them. But I'm going to take Detroit early, first half. They seem to come out early and jump on these teams early and try to hold off the lead at the end. And we know when teams come into Dallas, man, they treat it like a home game. These teams like playing in Dallas for some reason. I guess they like embarrassing them on their home field, which I don't mind them doing because I enjoy it for the most part. So the fact that Dallas cannot run or stop the run, that's just a bad recipe for success for me. So I like how we look at with the points. If you can't run the ball, it means that you're not staying on the field to sustain drives. And if you can't stop the run, that means your defense is on the field getting gashed and getting tired. So I easily could see this happening with Detroit. They can run the ball now and pass too. They're very well balanced. Jared Goff loves playing indoors. He loves the turf. So I see Detroit, pretty much having a track meet on Dallas. But like I said, when it comes to that fourth quarter, man, some of these teams let Dallas come back in the game, and that's what Dallas do. They like to get garbage points, towards the end of the game, man. My theory, man. The only way Dallas really can score is with their field goal kicker. So I'm always going to be on Brandon Aubrey over 1.5 field goals when Dallas is playing. But for this game right here, it's 52.5. It's 52.5 for a reason. So it should be points. But I believe most of those points will come on the Detroit side. But Dallas can come back, and it's +3. That means there's a field goal. So that means that this game could end on a field goal. So all that said, I'm going to take Detroit early. First half, they're 8-3 against the spread in the first half on the roads going back to last year. And Dallas is already 0-2 against the spread at home in the first half so far already. So I'm going to stick to that trend, take Detroit early in the first half.
Yeah, I'm actually right there with you. And I'm also going to take the full game because I just don't believe in Dallas. Mm-hmm. I'm sorry. I like the matchup of Montgomery and Gibbs running against this Dallas defensive line that's just been proven, look, they can't stop the run. But, I mean, I think
he muted.
I got muted, my bad. Mike fell out. All right. Corey fell out the bottom. Yeah, man. I think the Lions are a complete offense. I think they can run it and throw it. I think they'll lean heavily on run, which is going to open up the play action pass. And they got weapons on the outside and a quarterback that, as long as he's protected, Jared Goff has shown us on turf when protected, he's probably a top 5, top 10 quarterback in the league. Mm-hmm. So, and I just think this Lions team. Actually, man, I think this Lions team is a bit tougher than everybody kind of gave him credit for. I think Dan Campbell is leaving his imprint on that team. I think Aaron Glenn is slowly turning around the defense on that side of the ball. They looked a lot better defensively last couple of weeks. And they held Arizona, who's Kyler Murray and them been playing actually all right offensively. They held them to 13 points. Last week or 2 weeks ago? Last week.
And they're coming off a bye. We have to add that. New wrinkles in the offense that they probably went over this week.
You know what I didn't look up? What is and I already changed my notes anyway, so I'm gonna have to rely on you on this one because I already got set up for the next game. What's Dallas point differential?
I don't know. I'm gonna have to look it up.
I think they're allowing more points.
No, they're averaging 21, allowing 20. So
I say they got to be close. Yeah. They got to be close. So yeah, I mean, I'm gonna take a double up. I just don't believe in this team, and they've shown us previous last 2 home games that they're not the same team they were the year before last at home when they was reeling off all those wins. And another thing they've shown us, they'll beat up on the sorry teams. But when they play teams that are above 500 or better, or the team that, you know, they're considered the playoff and Super Bowl team,
it has an actual potent offense that can move the ball down the field. Yeah,
they don't tend to do too well. So I'm gonna take the double up here first half. If you want to pick my brain for one, I like the first half better, just because, like you said, you know, 10. I don't think, and it's the teams that are playing Dallas. I just think when in the NFL, when you're up big and in the fourth quarter, you just play shell defense. So you just give up everything as long as you don't let them hit you over the top deep. You're fine. And so they get a bunch of bullshit yards and pretend comebacks, so their fans can get online and say, "Well, at least we only lost by this much."
That makes them feel good.
Yeah, so they can feel a little bit better and shit about themselves. Nate, what's good, big dog? What's going on?
What's up, Nasty Nate?
Yeah, my guy. Talking shit about the Cowboys. That's all. But I'm on the lines. I think I lean under. I think that 52 is high. I don't think we get that high scoring. That high scoring game. I might bet it. I'm not sure yet. I think it's kind of. I don't think we get a back and forth game, and I don't think they pull the stupid comeback like they always do. I think it'll be. I'm giving the Lions maybe too much credit defensively, but I like how they're doing it. All right, cool. Game of the week, maybe LJ.
Could be,
possibly. Definitely going to watch this one. Commanders. And Ravens, Redskins, and Ravens. To, some of you old folks. The line is at -6.5. The total is, I think we got another total, high ass total here. 51.5, not quite 52. Let's look at the injury report really quick. For the Commanders, not too many. Noah Brown, receivers, questionable. He has a groin. Cleveland Farrell, the DN, he's questionable. He has a knee. Jatavius Martin, the safety, he left last game due to a shoulder. He's questionable. And Tyler Owens, the other safety, is also questionable. So both the safeties are questionable, and the DN for Washington. On the Baltimore side of things, Deontay Harris, the receiver, questionable, and that's pretty much it. Everybody else has been on IR. I don't think there's no new injury, so Baltimore is pretty healthy going into this one. Like I said earlier, the line is at 6.5. That's messed up. I got plus Ravens, but that definitely should be a -6.5 for the Ravens. Couple actual factuals before I kick it over here to LJ real quick. Let's start with Washington. They're 4-1 ATS in the last 5 games. 4-1 straight up in the last 5 games. 7-2-1 ATS in the last 10 games against the opponent from the AFC North division. And the total has gone over in 5 of the last 6, over in 6 of the last 7 on the road, and over in 7 of the last in 5 of the last 7 against an opponent from the AFC conference. Ravens 14-5 straight up in the last 19, 13-6 straight up in the last 19 at home, 10-0 straight up in the last 10 games against an opponent from the NFC conference, and their totals have gone over in 4 of the last 5, over in 5 of the last 8 games against an opponent from the NFC East division, but under in 5 of the last 7 against the Washington Commanders. LJ, I like the total to go over, but 51.5, I'm not sure. I'll tell you this. I like the Commanders plus the points. I don't think they win. But I'm going to take the 6 because even if Baltimore jumps out to a big lead, so I'm going to have 2 plays on this game, but I'm going to explain the first one first. Even if Baltimore jumps out to a big lead, they've shown us in plenty of games Fourth quarter, they will let teams come back. Sometimes let them even win the game, let alone make it close. So to be favored by damn near a touchdown, I want to say if I hold out, I get to 7, but likely I think it'll go down before it goes up. So I want the 6.5. And I'm leaning LJ, depending on what that line is. If it's 3, I'm going to take Baltimore first half. Because they come out and kill first half. But just for the show purposes, and I don't got the line yet. Oh, actually I do, and it's up right here in my face. Where Lions, Commanders, 3.5. If I can get a 3, I don't like 3.5. I might take it, but show purposes as of right now, I like the Commanders plus the 6.5, just because that has backdoor cover written all over it. And Jalen Daniels has been quarterbacking out of his mind, and the Ravens secondary has shown us that they're not as stout as they've been. They're prone to give up points, especially through the air. So I like the 6. I like the 6. I think it's too many points.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm gonna take the 6 just because of the trend that's been going on. I'm gonna ride the trend until we can't ride it no more. 6 points of dogs are now 14-2 against the spread so far going into week 6. So this applies to that trend. You speak to the Ravens, they can run the ball, man. They can stop the run. You're not going to run on the Ravens. You just need to know that. Don't even think about it. Don't even try to come up with any type of scheme to try to run on these Ravens. But you can. What's going on, man? What's the deal?
I came for the sermon. I'm gonna let you preach, dog. I heard you in the back. I was catching the Holy Spirit. Keep preaching, my guy.
No, man, I was just speaking on far as the Ravens defense, man. You can't run on them, but you can pass on them. They're allowing 280 yards a game passing. Not to mention, you mentioned the second half, Marley. They're allowing 16 points scored in the second half. Now, Washington put up points, man. They're number 1 in the league right now, 38 points, almost 38 points a game. Last 3 games, Baltimore's 34. So they're right there, high 30s, man. I see points in this game. I see it coming down. I see it going like Baltimore and Cincinnati went last week. It could come down to the last second. It could come down to overtime. Both these quarterbacks are playing phenomenal right now. And I just love the fact how Washington has improved in every single offensive category from last year. It's just amazing what a quarterback can do for your offense, man. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you, CJ Stroud.
Yeah, they pretty much got the same pieces, as far as personnel, but they got a different coaching. They got different regime. They got a different, head at the, at the front office. So new owner, new GM, new coach, everything has just changed that organization. So I'm definitely looking at points, but I'm going to definitely take the plus 6.5 with the Commanders, man. I think they're playing too good. I think they could put up points, and I believe it'll come down to maybe a field goal, last second, possession here and there. So that's where I'm at.
Plus, got anything on this one?
I'm a big Ravens fan, and I feel like they've been a little underwhelming. And then Derrick Henry just broke out and showed everybody who he really is. You know what I'm saying? And I think this one's a tough one. I'm gonna tap out, because I heard the sermon and I'm such a Ravens fan that it's hard for me to want to take the points on this one. So I'm tapping out. I'm not involved. I'm not involved with this one.
I got you. So look, we already did. If you want to just give out your plays real quick.
Yeah.
We did Steelers Raiders first. The line is 3.5. 3, and the total is 36. Got anything on that?
I'm definitely it's a lean for me, but it's a lean Steelers. I just think that the way that they lost, the whole thunderstorm, it going down to the wire. I feel like this might be the most dangerous team now in football because they really shouldn't. In my opinion, they really shouldn't have lost. You know what I'm saying? So. You got them coming off of a loss, short week. I know a lot of people don't like the whole short week thing, but I feel like you got more hostility built up from your loss, especially if you only got 2 or 3 days to stew on it. So you're gonna be back out there. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, it's gonna be a lean Steelers for me. You know what I'm saying? You didn't get to none of my games.
Not yet. I was waiting to see if you were gonna go. You were going down the other games first.
Bro, you should have saw me in the elevator. I'm like, you guys don't know about Brothas N Bets, but I need to get up out this shit right now. You know what I'm saying?
All right. The other game we covered was Lions and Cowboys. You got anything on that? The line was 3, and the total is 52.
Okay, so. You know how I feel about this, especially, again, another short week, but I say this every time, guys. You know what I'm saying?
No, that sucks.
Dak sucks.
Yeah.
And
we know this.
You know what he's trying to do, because he does this every year. Like you guys saw that footage. Yeah, jump off now. You know what I'm saying? And then now you get a win. You get a clutch win. So now I think, like, obviously spirits are high. So this is a big letdown spot, and that's the only angle you can take in this one. It's Detroit or nothing for me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, shout out to Eminem, Royce the 5'9", all them Detroit rappers that I grew up with. You know that's what we do online.
All right, so now we all caught up. The Ravens was the last game we did. Let's jump to, this is one of your games right here. Talking about the Colts, and we're talking about the Titans. So the line is at a -2 for the Titans. The Colts are on the road. The total is at a 43. Let me scroll down here and get this injury report really quick. On the Colts side of things, I'm not going to read the whole list because it's a long ass list. A bunch of people that started on IR that haven't been in all year. But we'll start with the center. Very important guy. I know he's missed like 2 or 3 weeks already. Brian Kelly, neck injury. Then we'll jump down to the cornerback, Kenny Moore II. He's out with a hip, or he's questionable, excuse me. All these people are questionable. Questionable with a hip injury. Jonathan Taylor's questionable with an ankle injury. Kwity Paye is questionable. The DN with a quad injury. The guard, Will Fries, he's questionable with a tibia injury. And Anthony Richardson is questionable, obviously, with the hip injuries. I don't know if you know, plus do you know we're going to get Flacco, or are we going to get Richardson?
I don't think and like Flacco's kind of on a roll right now. Respect to him, you know what I'm saying? So
Flacco, I was going to get crazy. Well, I'm sure everybody's going to get into that. On the Titans side of things, other than the IRs they started with, they're relatively healthy. Will Levis obviously left last game. He's questionable with a shoulder injury, and the tackle Jeffrey Simmons, he's questionable with an elbow injury. A couple actual factuals before I kick it to Plus real quick. The Colts, they're actually 4-1 ATS in their last 5 games, but they're 2-4 straight up in the last 6 and 2-5 ATS in their last 7 games against Tennessee. Remember, this is a division opponent. They play twice a year. They're 2-5 straight up in the last 7 games against Tennessee, and 1-4 straight up in their last 5 games on the road. On the Tennessee side of things, 2-4 ATS in their last 6 games, 2-6 straight up in the last 8 games, 1-5 straight up in the last 6 games at home, 3-9 straight up in the last 12 games when playing at home against the Colts. That is insane. And their total has gone under in 4 of the last 6 games. 3-9 straight up in the last 12 games when playing at home against the Colts.
God.
That's wild. So the Colts always beat them, but they never cover when they beat them, is what the numbers say. Plus, what you got for me?
Give me the Tennessee Titans, especially after you talked all that shit about them too, dude. Like I feel like you guys set me up today, boy. Like, damn, you're like, yeah, Titans never beat these dudes. But I you know what? I love the Titans in this spot. Colts are on a second of a back-to-back road game. Is that right? Do I got that right? Because they just played on the road.
Hold on, let me go.
They just played on the road last week, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think they lost.
It was in Jacksonville. Yeah,
right.
2 divisional road games in a row.
Okay, boom. So they're on the second of a back-to-back road game. They are 4-9-1 straight up in division games dating back to last year. They've already lost 2 division games already, right? Jacksonville and the Texans. So they're at the bottom. They're at the bottom of this division. Colts lost 2 of their last 3 with rest disadvantage. They're a sexy look right now against the spread, which I think is gonna push the market. Like a lot of the, like my uncle and shit. Yo, where y'all gonna bet? He's Jamaican. Where y'all gonna bet this week? He's gonna take the Colts. But the guys on Brothas N Bets, we're looking at the angles right here. So yeah, it's gonna look like Colts for everybody. I guarantee that's gonna be the pick for everyone. But this one, it went OT last year. I don't know. Do you guys remember the game last year? These two teams,
I do not.
Like, they're at each other's throats. Like, it's damn near a rivalry that no one cares about. But they went to OT last year. The Titans were like, they got stunned like last minute. So like I said, there's a bit of a rivalry brewing. We were gonna go there. Last year it was Gardner Minshew. This year it's Joe Flacco. That's my dog. Like I told you guys, I'm a Ravens guy, blood in, blood out, Ravens flock, So I love Flacco. And he gave it his all last week to keep the Colts in that game.
Mm-hmm.
He damn near looked like an MVP. You know what I'm saying? Like I thought I was watching an elite quarterback going shot for shot with Trevor Lawrence. But to ask the guy to do that 3 weeks in a row, bro, he's 39 years old. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think that's a lot to ask of him. So, like I said, this one, it's going to look like it's going to be easy for, the Colts, but I think Titans rise to the occasions. Titans got the Bills and the Lions next up. So you figure, like, they're thinking, like, okay, we got to have this one. Like, this is the only winnable game we got for the foreseeable future. Titans get the first win of the year. I'm going with Titans on this one.
All right.
Titans ain't got no win. I thought they beat Miami in their last game.
They beat Miami 31. Okay. Yeah, Titans second win of the year. My bad.
Okay. I just want to make sure.
Yeah, 31-12. Yeah, you're right. They beat up on the Dolphins. My bad.
I lean under just because it's a divisional game, But like he say, Flacco's been slinging that ball, man. He's had 2 touchdowns in every game he's came in, so he could easily probably do it again. But Tennessee defense is nice, especially their pass defense. They're number 1 in the league. They're only allowing 227 passing yards, 190 or less in all 4 games, bro. You know what I'm saying? They haven't even given 200 yards passes. So, you're going to have to run on them. But Jonathan Taylor's dealing with an injury. I don't know who the backup is. But the fact, if you're going to think you're going to sling the ball on the Tennessee Titans, you're not going to be able to do that, Flacco. I'm sorry, man. You may get some chances here and there, but to continuously do that the whole game, it's not going to be, successful for you. So I lean under, and I'm going to take both field goal kickers. Y'all know how I love my field goal kickers, bro. In this game, it's going to be both of them. Nick Folk, I'm taking his over 1.5 simply because the Colts have allowed over 1.5 field goals 8 out of their 9 last road games. And on the other side, I'm going to take Matt Gay because the Titans have allowed over 1.5 field goals, 21 out of their last 24 games, going back to the last game of 2021. So both these teams give up field goals, and I'm going to take both field goal kickers to cash.
Okay, well, that leaves just me. And man, I can't believe Caca, how you going against your boys? What's up? I'm on this Flacco. I am on the Flacco train, people.
Shit.
Put me on it. So look, this game is a game of, for the most part, 90% of the time, maybe a little higher, give or take, whatever. Who has the best quarterback wins? Mm-hmm. I hate to make it sound as simple as that. It's not that simple, but like LJ said, look at the Commanders. And yeah, they got a new staff and all that shit, but quarterback, that is the key. And if you're gonna give me a Flacco versus a Mason Rudolph, or even if they put Will, I would love for them to put Will Levis back in.
They're not.
I hope his shoulder's okay. I really do. Hope his shoulder's okay. And we can get a Flacco Mason Rudolph matchup, and I'll take that. And look, the man threw for over 350 yards and 3 touchdowns last time. No, maybe he can't duplicate that. I don't see why he couldn't, because he duplicated for Cleveland last year about how many games,
right?
And going into the playoffs. So yeah, he's old. I'm not asking him to take him to the promised land. I'm just asking to beat the Titans. They're not a good football team. overall right now. I guess they can. The thing that would scare me, I guess Tony Pollard, they can run the ball. The Colts aren't that good at stopping the run. But this would be a close divisional game. I would love a 3 here, but I'll take the 2. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not going to the window with this though. This is definitely like show purposes. This is for the show. I'm definitely not gonna make it to the window on this game.
He say, "I'm just gonna say that on the show." Fuck my
Yeah, I'm just letting it be clear. Like I'm not putting my money on it. Like I wouldn't bet neither one of these. These are teams I tend to fade both of these teams. And
I feel you, but and that was my thing. Like this week, it was like I just realized a lot of this season, like I've been looking at ugly games, like not ones you want to watch, But I feel like that's where the angles is at.
Hey, I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it, dog. I'm not mad at it. I'm just saying, me, I'm not gonna make it to the window on this one. Steelers, though, the rest of the plays we did, I'm gonna make it to the window. Lions, I'm gonna make it to the window. Commanders plus the 6.5. I'm gonna make it to the window. But this Colts Titans, I'm not gonna make it to the window. This one, I might make it. I might make it to the window here. I want to hear what everybody else has to say. I'm on the fence here, but I can see me making it to the window. I'm talking about the Bucks. Man, prayers up for everybody that's in Tampa right now in that Florida area. Right. Hope a lot of people got out, man. They saying that shit is gonna be catastrophic. So
and they say another one's coming next week. Another one is forming in the Atlantic.
Off football topic real quick though. Am I the only one? Like I ain't seen nobody talking about this. They're always moving east to west. Like they don't do that. We from Houston, LJ. I know a little bit about Hurricane, but them hoes don't go east to west. They'll come and curve up, but they come from Africa traditionally. That part of the ocean, so they never like go that way. You know what I mean? Like even when they in the Gulf, they don't go wet. I don't know, bro. I think that's weird. Anyway,
I'm not no meteorologist, so I don't know.
Yeah. Let's go. Good energy, prayers, whatever your religion is.
All the way up in Canada, we don't know nothing about that either. So
right. Send all that to the Tampa people. But talk about them Bucks. They coming down south to New Orleans, as they say. The line is the Saints plus 3.5. The total is at 41.5. And let me scroll down here and get this injury report real quick. We'll start with the Bucks side of things. Baker's probable. He has an ankle injury. He's going to play, though. I don't know how to say the guard's last name. I'm going to try, though. Luke Kidoki, he's questionable. He had a concussion last week. Kalijah can't see the D tackle. He has a calf injury. He's questionable. And Trey Palmer, the receiver, he's also questionable. Jalen McMillan, the other receiver, he's also questionable. So some might play, some might not. On the Saints side of thing, Derek Carr, he's out. He has an oblique injury. Taysom Hill, questionable abdominal injury. Cesar Ruiz, the center, questionable knee injury. Jesus Christ. The guard, Shane Lemieux, questionable with an ankle injury. Peyton Turner. Oh, this is insane. Another DN is questionable with a knee injury. Pete Warner, the linebacker, is questionable hamstring. Keandre Miller is questionable. He also has a hamstring. And the Saints defensively is just questionable. I assume that some of those guys are going to play and some of them are not. A couple actual facts before I turn this thing over. We'll start with the Bucks. They're 12-6 ATS in their last 18 games. 9-4 straight up in the last 13 games. But 3-9 ATS in the last 12 against New Orleans. That should be weird to me sometimes. 4-8 straight up in the last 12 games against New Orleans, and 2-4 straight up in the last 6. ATS 2-4 ATS in their last 6 games against an opponent from the NFC South Division. Insane. Their totals that went over in 4 of the last 6 and over in 4 of the last 5 against an opponent from the NFC. On the Saints side of things, 5-2 ATS in the last 7. 4-1 ATS in the last 5 at home. 5-1 ATS in the last 6 against an opponent from the NFC. conference. 4 of the last 6 games have went over, but 5 of the last 5 against Tampa have went under, and that's where we're going to stop right there. LJ, you got anything on this one?
Yeah, I lean under 41 and a half. I got it at 42 and a half. Just because Derek Carr's hurt, Taysom Hill is hurt. Who's going to quarterback for the Saints? I mean, that's just a question. Yeah, I don't know who that is.
Exactly.
So, for those reasons, I just believe the Saints are not going to be able to put up any point. They're averaging 28 in the last 3 games. So I don't believe they'll get to that 28. And the defense is allowing 26 points the last 2 games. So defense has been shaky the last couple of games as well. And I like how the Bucs played against the Falcons. That was a good loss in my opinion because they held fast that whole game and just gave it up at the end. The Bucs played very well early, so I'm going to take the first half for the Bucs. 17-7 against the spread in the first half since 2023. 10-2 against the spread in the first half on the road in the last 12. So I'm going to take the Bucs first half early, and I lean under. I'm probably going to get to the window on the under just because I just said it's too many points. I think the Bucs will probably score most of the points. They're averaging 25 in the last 3. So I can see them getting by 20, 22, 23, somewhere around there. And plus, the last 3 games that Baker has played the Saints, the total has gone under 42 and a half, 36, 35, and 36. So they've been low scoring, when he plays these Saints. So I'm going to stick to the under, and I'm going to take the Bucs first half.
All right. Bucs line for the first half is 2.5.
Yeah, good with that.
All right. Plus, what you got for me?
Give me Bucs first half because the preacher told me. Give me Bucs all day, 3.5. This was I thought before, I guess, news of the Carr injury, and you guys could correct me at one point, weren't the Saints favored in this
Yes,
game?
they were. Yes, they were. It's flipped.
Yeah, so I guess that is strictly off the Carr. The 3.5 points is Derek Carr.
That's crazy though, when you think about it.
He's worth that much points. He's probably worth a tutty. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I like the Bucs 3.5. I had them to win this outright, even when I looked at this a week before. Actually, right after that loss, I said, "Who they playing next week?" Because give me the guy watching Mike Tyson videos before the game starts. Did you guys see that?
Yeah,
I did.
This dude.
I missed that. Who was watching Mike Tyson video?
Baker Mayfield,
Yeah,
bro.
Baker? I did not know that.
And they had the Thursday Night Football cameras just right over his shoulder. It looked like a commercial, bro, and he was just locked in. You know what I'm saying? But I think that there's a bigger point. This is the most dangerous quarterback in the league. And you know why? Because the chip on his shoulder is like a boulder. You didn't hear what he just said about Brady the other day? And Brady's like, bro, you don't even win. Don't even talk. Did you hear about it? You heard what he said, right? He basically, he was like, everybody used to be all nervous and stuff in the locker room. I brought the fun back. Brady used to stress everybody out. And Brady said, I thought stress was not winning no Super Bowls. I don't know what you're talking about. So Baker had to come back in the media and be like, hey, I mean, I didn't mean anything personal by it. I'm just trying to say, but now the target is on his back. That comparison's forever. So I need him to ramp up, watch 2 more Tyson videos, throw in a Roy Jones video as well. You know what I'm saying? Y'all must have forgot. Watch his rap video too. He used to rap. And let's get to some of these trends here. Bucs 6-3 against the spread dating back to last year after a loss. 9-3 against the spread on the road. And that might have been the best Thursday. It was the Thursday night game that was? That might have been the best Thursday night game I've seen. And Monday nighters have been good, for the last couple of years, especially this season too. But that was the best Thursday night I've seen in a long time, man. With Kirk Cousins 500 yards, Baker still fighting in there. So I was just way too impressed. So when you got the whole walking, trying to fill the shoes of Brady, you got all the off the loss, off of a real big division game with another division game, and you got Derek Carr out. Kamara didn't do nothing last I checked. You know what I'm saying? Last week he was literally invisible. And to your point, Marley, the entire Saints defense is questionable. You know what I'm saying? It sounds like even some of the players' wives are questionable. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's Bucks all day, 3.5, baby. Lock it up.
I got you. Bucks 3.5. And yeah, man. Like I said, I wasn't quite at the window. But reading the fucking injury report definitely got me there. I was leaning Bucks 3.5. I like the way Baker has been playing. Defense is getting a little bit healthy. I watched that Saints game, and I don't know how they were favored with Derek Carr in watching that game. It was insane. Insane. So, with that being said, plus all the injuries, I mean, the defense didn't look bad that game. They actually played pretty good, but with all the injuries, man, it just I'm kind of like, I don't know. They questionable. Will they play? Will they won't play? I'm definitely going to take LJ's under 41.5. No David Carr, no backup quarterback. I'm assuming they're just going to try to run the ball with Kamara. So I like that. I like that as far as the under goes. I don't think they're going to be able to score many points. So I think the Bucks get us to 20, 21. I think we're solid because I don't think the Saints can get. I'd be surprised if they got over 14 points, over 2 touchdowns, maybe 17, something like that, possibly get in field goal range. I just don't see how they're going to move the ball like that. So I like the 3.5. I'm gonna chill on the first quarter, but first half minus 2.5. But I do like the full game minus 3.5, and I'm gonna ride with LJ on the under 41.5. I might look at a team total on the Saints and see. I don't have those numbers out yet. I don't know how they're going to score right now. And it's insane. So,
and the trend applies to this total too. I don't know if you heard it, plus, but home dogs off a road loss when the total is 43 or less is 14-0-1 to the under since 2022.
Ooh. That's crazy. Yo, you know about the cash out, LJ. This is a good one. What?
Yeah, that applies to 3 games this week: Bucks, Saints, Steelers, Raiders, and then Monday night Jets and Bills.
That's incredible.
Okay, yeah, that's crazy stuff.
I'm a psycho. Plus, when I look up, I'm a psycho, bro.
Yeah, for real. Something's wrong. Something's wrong with you, but I like it.
All right, fellas, this is the last one. We're gonna get out of here after this one. Go bring us on home, back down to H-Town where it all started at. God damn it. Talk about the Texans. They're going up way up northeast to take on the Patriots. The line is at 7. The total is at 38. Quick injury report. Houston, shit. It's a little long, a little extensive. Jerry Hughes, he's questionable. He has a hip injury. Jimmy Ward left last game. He's questionable. He has a groin. Derek Barnett's questionable. He has a shoulder. Mixon is questionable with the ankle still. Titus Howard's questionable tackle with the hamstring. And Damian Pierce is still questionable with his hamstring. Obviously, the big news of all this shit is that Nico Collins was put on IR for his hamstring.
That's right.
Crazy news. But I actually think we're all right as far as receivers go. That's not the problem. We'll talk about that in a second. Patriots, their injuries. We have, let me scroll, because they got a couple people on IR and shit that's been out all season. We got Kyle Duggar, the safety. He's questionable with an ankle. KJ Osborne's questionable, the receiver, with a shoulder. Marty Mapu, the linebacker's questionable with a calf. May is expected to make his first start of the season. Kind of like that angle for the Texans. A couple extra factors, really quick, fast, and hurry. 4-1 straight up in the last 5 games. 4-1 ATS in the last 5 games against New England. Talking about the Texans, but 2-9 straight up in the last 11 games against New England. A lot of that shit is Brady, and before Texans were good and shit like that. But the 2-4 in the last 6 games ATS on the road, and 0-7 straight up in the last 7 games of playing on the road against New England. Like I said, a bunch of that shit is from the Brady era. And when we sucked here in Houston. New England, 1-4-1 ATS in their last 6 games. Their totals have gone under in 4 of their last 6 games. They're 1-6 straight up in the last 7 games, and 0-7 in the last straight up in the last 7 games at home. So, yeah, New England's not a good spot right now. LJ, talking about H-Town, talking about the home team. The line is at 7. We're a little banged up. We ain't look like we supposed to look throughout the season so far. Yet it's still 4-1. Keep finding ways to win. Can they go into New England and cover the 7 is the question, though.
They can, but I'm not gonna bet it. Because I don't like how the Texans play on the road so much they play at home. And we missing our running back, man. So until we get our full capacity of our offense back, I'm going to tread lightly with the Texans and just keep taking unders, man. And, of course, they're playing the Patriots, so we already know what we do with Patriots games. We're going to take the under to further notice until they prove that they can score the football for the most part. Texans. Now, what's concerning about the Texans is, and like I said, they're 4-1. They're the only team that has 4 wins with a minus 12 point differential. You get what I'm saying? So that lets me know that in the second half, they're not putting up points. They're getting up early on these teams in the first half, but in the second half, they tend to digress just because these teams are adjusting to them, knowing that they can't run the ball consistently. So they know CJ has to pass. But CJ is so money and so accurate and so dynamic that he overcomes mistakes, in crucial situations just because of the type of quarterback that he is. So I'm not saying he's going to throw a game or anything like that, but it just makes it hard on your offense when you know that all you're doing right now is passing the ball. But I don't think the Pats are going to put up any threat just because you're saying they're starting a rookie quarterback. That's not a good deal. First game starting against a Texans defense like we got, because you can't run on us either. You see what I'm saying? Don't even think about running on us. And total yards, Marley, we've gone under our total yards from last year allowed in all 5 games, bro. So DeMeco Ryans has that defense playing solid, and I believe it's going to continue this week. But all that said, I'm on the under. I'm on the first half under simply because the Texans under in the first half on the road has gone under 10 out of their last 11 road games. And I'm on the under simply because Patriots 11-5 to the under at home last 16. And the Patriots have been outscored in their last 18 quarters, guys. 102 to 52. Almost. That is 50 points if you look at it. They've been outscored 50 points in their last 18 quarters. So
that's crazy.
They probably will put up 12 points, 10 points, if that. And I believe the Texans put up, 17, close to that. And I believe it stays under the total. But I'm going to stick to the trend that's been cashing. Texans first half and total under in the first half. And full game. Those are my 3 plays in this game.
All right. Texas, Pats under 38, full game. And then the under in the first half?
Yep. And then Texans on the spread
total
in the first
half.
No, not team total. Just first half spread.
Got you. Pats. First half. I got 19, I think, for the total on the first half.
Under.
Let me double check that. 19 and a half, actually.
Great. That's a good one. I like that.
19 and a half under. And then first half line is 3.5.
There you go. They should be up by a touchdown.
All right. Plus, you got anything on this one?
Yeah, man. I love, like I said, guys, I love Houston. You guys are my dogs. Drake got to run away from all the smoke this summer. So, Texas, man, and they put up a great show. Apparently, I just heard Stephon Diggs is smashing Cardi B. I don't know if you guys know that. So that's another big win. That's another big win for Houston. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, he's not from Houston, but allegedly, I heard the story.
Yeah. I mean, whatever. He's rocking a jersey. You rock the jersey, you dig. You digging. You know what I'm saying? He got that could be a little terminology, man. I'm going to get the digs, whatever, right? But I got to go the other way, man. And I think, I just got to send a Scud missile out to Marley because I think he skipped last week because he was nervous about the Bills. You know what I'm saying? But you guys pulled that one out.
Not at all.
Yeah, I think you're a little nervous about the
birthday
Bills,
weekend.
Man. Okay, that's what's up. Belated, my guy. You already know the vibes. Yeah, so it's going to be the Patriots for me, not because I don't think the Texans are going to win is because I don't think they're going to cover the 7.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna take the points. That was a hell of a game against Buffalo, and to LJ's point, it looks like all of these games, with the exception of getting blown out by Minnesota, all of these are like squeakers. There's no confident blowout. Like, there's nothing that's telling me, Texans are just gonna walk into Foxborough. And I love the rookie quarterback angle, but maybe not in the same way many people think. Like, there's no tape on this kid. You don't know what he's gonna do. You can't. How do you prepare for someone you've never seen? You know what I'm saying? So, I think that's gonna bode well for the Patriots, how they look on the offensive side of the ball. And at the heart of it, like, they just need to put up points. And if they're able to keep it within a touchdown, which I think that's a likelihood as a home dog, and then, outside of last week, the Texans haven't hit the number once this season. You know what I'm saying? 1-4 overall against the spread. 1-4, I think, in their last 5 games as a away favorite. And then dating back to last season, 4-8-1 as a favorite period. So this is just not like, there's times to take the Texans. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can take a quick look at their schedule and tell you, I don't mind taking them as 2-point dogs against Green Bay the next week. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But +7 on the road as a favorite. -7 on the road as a favorite. I don't know. It's Pats all day for me. I just can't take the Texans in this spot.
Yeah, I get it. I mean, I can't take the -7 myself, so I completely understand. I do think they win the ball game. I'm not sure if they cover. Can they cover? Yeah, because the Pats can't score. So could this be a 17-7 ball game?
Right.
Could it be a 2010 type ball game? Yeah. Can we get a 6-14?
But I got a question, Marley. Why can't they score? Is it because of Jacoby Brissett?
I don't think they have the weapons on the outside. And I think more of the issue is, from what I remember when I was doing my breakdowns earlier in the season, the whole reason of starting Jacoby Brissett is because they didn't want to put Drake May behind an unexperienced offensive line.
Yes.
And the offensive line is in shambles. So he's a little bit more mobile. So I expect, probably some backyard football scramble plays that you can get. Does have some arm talent, but at the end of the day, he's a rookie making his first NFL start. And yeah, there's been several exceptions to the guys that come out week 1 and dominate the ball game. I just think he's going up against a good defense, probably a top 10 defense in the NFL, a top 5 pass rush in pressures. So it's just going to be hard for him as long as he doesn't get to break a bunch of scramble run plays. I think they'll make it tough enough that the 7 will be close. But I don't think he's going to be putting up 3 multiple touchdowns. Not this game. Will it come? Yeah. Maybe. Obviously he was a high draft pick for a reason. He has the talent. I just like not week 1, but game 1 right out the gates. I'm always bet against the rookie. Just because he's got to be nervous, right? Got to be nervous.
And I'm right there with you. It's just this number is like,
the number is crazy.
It's like you want to take the Texans, you got to pay a premium this week.
Yeah. What I'm going to do is
they've been doing this shit with the Chiefs for like the last 5 years. You know what I'm saying? Just running a number up. And like, if you gave this to me at 5.5, maybe we'd be having a conversation. You know what I'm saying?
I get it. Yeah. I get it. I mean, I'm going to take the first half. I'm going to take the -3.5. They've been coming out early. I like the rookie to definitely struggle early, adjust to the game speed.
Right.
I mean, like, he hasn't played in a real game. So even if he does come out and ultimately have a good game, I still think he's going to have to get adjusted to just the speed of how everything is. And will I think he gets shell-shocked? Who knows? I don't know. He might get out there and be like a deer in the headlights. Depends. But if you're going to give me the experienced versus the unexperienced, I'm going to take the experience every time. So I just only want the first half. I agree with you guys. The number is just way too big. I might ride with LJ. I'm not sure I'm gonna get to the window, but I do like that under. Just I don't think they're going to be able to score.
And
they
another stat for the under. NFL totals 38 or less since November 2019. 38, 14, and 1 to the under, hitting at 73%.
Where you get this shit?
Say, man, I be researching, bro. That's all I do is research stats, bro.
Yeah, on Monday nights when watching Fresh Prince, the Dallas Cowboys, like, where you get this shit, my guy?
Hey, man, I told you, man. I'm always trying to find an angle, bro.
Yeah,
always trying to
find it. Crazy. That's why I call him the statistician. So
that's facts, dog.
The preacher, aka statistician, Reverend statistician, preacher stats.
Reverend stats. Come on now.
However y'all want to call it. But man, we gotta get up out of here, man. I got another show that I gotta do in like 2 hours. So.
All right, man. Do your thing, man. Superstar status.
Let me go over everything real quick, like for people that missed anything, or people just running it back. Plus, Lions -3, Titans -2. Shocker there. Bucks first half -2.5. He got that one from the preacher, but he's also on full game -3.5. And as y'all just heard, Pats +7. LJ,
damn, I got a lot
under. Yeah,
you working, dog.
Paragraph under here, big dog. Under in the Steelers-Raiders game at 36.5. Lions first half -2.5. Commanders +6.5. Colts and Titans under 43. Bucks and Saints under 41.5. Bucks first half -2.5. Bucks full game minus.
No, I didn't have a Bucks full game. I didn't have Bucks.
You having that one either.
Yeah, that's
right. That was plus.
That's definitely a typo.
I was like, damn, I got all that.
I mean, that's only one play.
One out of 27. Even.
Yeah, a lot of action right there. Let's make sure.
Bucks first half -2.5. Texans Pats full game under 38. Texans Pats first half under 19.5, and Texans first half -3.5. So all that shit was his, except I had one wrong. So yes, he has a lot of plays, but I ain't too far off. I got a bunch of motherfuckers too. I'm on the Steelers -3. Bounce back game for those guys, and I just don't trust the Raiders at the end of the day. Under, I'm also on the under because who's playing quarterback? 36.5. Lions first half, I got that one from LJ +0.5 in a point. I think I got that one from LJ. I felt like I was on the full game too. Yeah, because I don't trust the Cowboys. So I stole the first half from LJ. Then it should say Lions -3 because like Plus says, that sucks.
Come on.
Lions -3. I'm on the Commanders +6.5. I don't know if they go into Baltimore and win, but I just know backdoor cover is what the Ravens do for you. So I'm all over that. Colts +2.5. We're just riding the Flacco train, people. Bucks -3.5. Saints don't have a quarterback. I'm also on the under. Stole that one from LJ, I believe, 41.5. And I am also on the Texans first half -3.5. They tend to get out early and let teams come back. Ravens 2.0 is what we're looking like right now. Plus, tell the people where they can find you.
Official No Cap Bets on Instagram, also on YouTube or whatever. The locks with a lot of help from these guys. My locks on every Sunday went 12, 2, and 1 so far in the last 5 weeks. So yeah, try to tap into No Cap Bets, the podcast, because these guys give me the alley-oop on Wednesday. Just make me look good every weekend. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. Y'all check me out.
When can we join the podcast? Can we join the podcast?
Yeah. Well, you know what? Like, Marley's like the tech guy. Like, I don't even know how to put all three of you guys in boxes like this. You know what I'm saying? So he just sent me the link. I'm like, oh shit, this is crazy. I'm pissed that I missed the theme song. That's like my favorite shit. I'm like, how does he do this shit? You know what I'm saying?
So when is it? When is the podcast?
Drop it every Sunday at midnight. You know what I'm saying?
Every Sunday at midnight at official No Caps.
Yeah, No Cap Bets.
You ain't got Twitter?
Twitter, I've just started rocking. Actually, you know who put me on? Marley put me on. You know what I mean? He was like, "Yo, I'm gonna send you the link to Twitter." I was like, "I'm not even on it like that." So yeah, I just got the Twitter. But I feel like that's where the cappers are at. That's where everybody's betting is at, right? Like Twitter's where it's popping. You know?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get you linked up with like some of the other people.
Yeah, you know, just out here in Canada, bro. You know what I'm saying? If I try to do it,
there's a bunch of them up there in Canada.
I was about to say, because I was like, if I try to Brothas N Bets, dude, it'd be me and two white dudes. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'd be like,
actually, most of them, a lot of them are white.
That's I was about to say, yeah, like some, I'd be
like, they cool
dudes,
though.
Yeah.
They are cool. But yeah, that's why I kind of like doing it.
All right, I got you. Just followed you. No Cap Bets Instagram.
My dog.
LJ, tell the people where they can find you at, my brother.
Man, they can find me on Twitter at LJ Sports Media. I put all my content up. I do my prop show every Sunday. I win 10-2 on my props Sunday. So nice. Doing good right now. And also on YouTube, Raw Words Podcast. You can type in LJ from Houston. It'll come right up. Streaming right now. We're going live Friday. Go through the schedule again. Go through every game. Give out our official bets and props. Lock in for the weekend. And, of course, you can find me right here on Brothas N Bets every Wednesday in the afternoon with my man Marley Best, going over our best plays that we're looking at before we lock in for the weekend. So, follow me, man. Let's get this money and keep breaking these bookies over the head.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. And as always, people, I am Marley Bets, and this is Brothas N Bets. And that down there, that's the homie plus. Yeah, I think I need to use this hand. Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. Hey, LJ trying to do it. It's not as easy. I'm telling you. That right there. That's the homie LJ.
Yeah.
Like always, man. Y'all say it's all the time. But y'all already listen to y'all already know what it is, man. It's the A's. We out this motherfucker.
Holla.
Check it out. Look, we from the bottom, ain't no problems, we gon' make a way. Got no coach on the field, but we making plays. Hey, look, don't worry, we gon' be okay.